Greetings, my beautiful lovelies, it's Emmy and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by House, the makers of beautiful aperitifs that come from Sonoma County that are made with fruits and herbs that are grown on a small farm. I love that. I love knowing where my food comes from, and that should be no different for what I drink as well. Big thanks to House for sponsoring this video and allowing me to make better videos for you guys. Now, the first 100 people to click the link down below and use my code and purchase the House Essentials Kit will receive $10 off their purchase and free shipping. Today, I'm going to be making a rainbow prism cake. So many of you sent me this, messaged me on social media, please Emmy, make this. This is way back in April, and it's taken me a long time to get to this recipe because it contains an ingredient that I actually had to order from Japan, and it is this. Actually, these. And these are kakigori syrups. These are syrups that are used to make kakigori or shave ice. Huge popular treat in Japan. Children grow up eating this. It is delicious. It's what you imagine. It's what we would call like a snow cone here in the United States, but the ice is a little bit finely shaved. And these are the three most popular flavors. You've got strawberry, you've got ramen soda, and melon. And these are what we're going to use to color the beautiful rainbow cake. So this recipe is called a cake, but it's definitely more of a jelly, and was created by Hiroyuki Kunekawa, and he posted this beautiful treat on Twitter, and then he included all the instructions on how to make it. In this pot, I've got 150 milliliters of water. That's 2/3 of a cup. To that, we're going to add 60 grams of sugar, which is about 4 tablespoons. 4 grams of agar-agar powder, and this is a Japanese brand. Not all agar-agar powders are the same, so that's why I'm specifying that I'm using this brand. All right, that's a full boil. And now we're going to add 300 milliliters or 1 cups of milk. Oops. Jacob Collier in my head. So let me rinse out my pot and we're gonna make another batch. So same thing. 60 grams of sugar, 4 grams of agar. Instead of milk, we're gonna add 300 milliliters of water, 20 milliliters of our kakigori syrup. So same process both for the strawberry and the melon. So I've made all the layers of the cake and now they are chilling in the refrigerator. So this would be the perfect time to sample 2 new house flavors. I'm going to be trying the ginger yuzu and the rose rosé. Look at this, aren't these bottles beautiful? I'm super excited about the ginger yuzu, but the color of the rosé looks fantastic. So maybe I'll try that one first. Ah, great sound. A little bit winey, a little bit floral. So the word aperitif comes from the Latin word to open. So they're traditionally served before and after meals as ways to open your meal and a way to kind of finish your meal. So my favorite way to have an aperitif is simply over ice. And my favorite time to have them is while I'm fixing supper. Something about that process and that little sip while I'm cooking just kind of prepares me for the dinner to come. It's just a lovely, lovely time. Rose rosé. Look at that beautiful color. Isn't that beautiful? Alrighty, let's give this one a taste. Cheers. Ooh. So nice, cool, refreshing, flavorful, yet light. And I really appreciate the low alcohol levels of an aperitif. It really suits my lifestyle at the moment. As a busy parent, kind of pulled in all directions, an aperitif is a nice treat, but I don't have the subsequent consequences that follow having anything heavier. I really like the lightness and the refreshingness of an aperitif. Let's give the ginger yuzu a taste. That smells lovely. Floral yet citrusy. All right, let's give that a go. I can definitely taste the ginger, and I can also feel it in the back of my throat with a little bit of a tingle. Ooh, I like that. So of the 4 house flavors, I think I like bitter clove the best. There's a nice balance of complexity here, a little bit of bitterness and spice that's unexpected and well balanced. This one is my favorite. If you'd like to try house for yourself, click the link down below and be one of the first 100 people to use my code and purchase the House Essentials Kit to receive $10 off and free shipping. Big thanks to House for the continued support and for sponsoring this video. Now let's go ahead and check on our jellies. Hello my lovelies, it's been several hours since I last saw you, and the cake that I made earlier never really set up. The milk portion is a puddingy mess. It's kind of jello-y, but the kakigori syrup layers didn't really set up at all. They're just liquidy, certainly not thick enough to cut into a cake. So I had to do this over, because I just followed the package directions that came with the agar for their milk jelly. 5 grams of agar powder, which we mixed with 30 grams of sugar, which is 2 tablespoons. Mix that up and then slowly combine that to 250 milliliters of your liquid. Then we're going to place that on the stove and bring it to a light boil. Once it comes to a boil and everything is dissolved, pour that into your baking dish and place that in the refrigerator. I did the same exact steps with the kakigori syrup layers. Instead of using milk, of course, I used a combination of 20 grams of kakigori syrup plus 230 milliliters of water. Another thing I did was I changed the size of my pan. This is a 6-inch pan as opposed to my 8-inch because we have a smaller volume of liquid. So here is the finished milk layer, and there is a noticeable difference in texture. Much more bouncy, much more solid as opposed to this one, which is just a soupy mess. Alrighty, here we go. It slipped out. Great. Interestingly enough, even though I use the same amount of liquid, these seem to have a softer, jellier texture. I'm going to cut this into thirds, into strips like that, and then make little squares. Ooh, that's so satisfying to cut. Just using a paring knife. So I'm gonna try to do the same pattern that was in the original cake, which is blue, red, green. So I'm gonna do that across, and then we're just gonna build squares. That's the plan, at least. Oh my gosh, they're so wobbly. Ooh, okay. I've got a green one in place. Oh no, it's sliding off. Blue. So they're blobbing around. They don't want to stay put. This is not turning out quite how I wanted it to, but at this point, I just want something. Alrighty, my beautiful lovelies, here is my rainbow prism cake, and it did not turn out how I expected. I am completely out of Japanese agar. I love Japanese agar because it is so very transparent. I've also used a brand called Telephone Brand, which comes from Thailand, and that agar sets up much harder and is much less clear and transparent. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this. It cuts beautifully, just ever so tenderly. It's so soft. Oh. At any rate, let's give this dessert a taste. Itadakimasu. It's actually more pleasant than I thought. The milk layer is really nice. It's got a fresh milk flavor that's just nice and sweet. Kakigori jelly layers on top taste just like kakigori, unabashedly artificial. With a very pleasant, soft gel texture. Just kind of melts in your mouth. That's the artificial strawberry. The blue. I know what they taste like. Have you ever gotten those little plastic tubes from the Asian market that are popsicles? And you freeze them solid, and then in the summertime you just munch them down. That's exactly what these taste like. That artificial kind of popsicle-y flavor. Exactly. It's pretty good. Even though this did not go exactly how I planned, I'm still glad that I attempted it. Thank you all so much, all my beautiful lovelies who suggested I make this. I finally tried to. And if anything, I have a bunch of kakigori syrups now so I can make shave ice at home, and my kids will be stoked. Thanks so much for joining me, and big thanks to House for sponsoring this video. Be one of the first 100 people to click the link down below and use my code to purchase House's Essentials Kit to get $10 off and free shipping. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. Oh, I'm so hot. Jelly, jelly, jelly. My booty's like jelly.